There we go. We're live. Well, let's check this because first, before we get started, we've got to get this out to a few places and get going with what we are here and what we're doing. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to solar panel cleaning. This is the Mastermind class, which we're going to be doing on an ongoing basis. Now, before we get started too in depth here, I'm doing this first I'm going live on the YouTube channel. And let's see here. Need to go ahead and share this. The thing about it is initially what I wanted to do was be able to go directly live, exclusively live in the Solar Panel Clean Friends Facebook group, which didn't prove to be a possibility given the streaming software that I use. So with that, we have to go live in the YouTube channel and possibly in the Facebook page, Solar Panel Cleaning Expert, which might be the possibility. But let's go ahead and get this on over here to Facebook, and then we'll get started what we're doing here. Hold on. There is that right there. We're going to have a lot of fun. I have some good stuff for us to do. And this is going to be something different than anything that I've ever done before when it comes to going live and talking about solar panel cleaning. You know, usually when we do these mastermind classes or whatnot, man, that can be like as long as 2, 3, 4, 5 hours sometimes. So instead of doing that, because I'm limited by the time now, you know, things are a little bit different from my olden days when I had podcasts and whatnot. Now I have kids and schedules and a lot of things to do. So with that, what we've decided to do for the time being is I'm going to go live and do my thing just like this. I'm going to get back to the podcast because I have some really good ideas as far as the podcast is concerned and how we're going to turn this into a something that hasn't been done before. I think that's very, very important. Let me go ahead and just check to make sure that everything is on point here. There we go. We're good. Okay. So let me get back to this. All right. That's us. You know, the thing about the Solar Panel Mastermind class is that I want to do something completely different. And basically with this mastermind class, it's an ongoing educational stream exclusively. There was supposed to be, like I said, exclusively in the Solar Panel Clean Friends Facebook group. But it turns out that the streaming service I use no longer allows me to go ahead and stream straight into the Facebook group. So we're going to go to the Solar Panel Clean Friends YouTube channel, and then at some point we'll be posting on the at the same time the Solar Panel Cleaning Expert page, and then distribute from there. At least that's the plan. We'll be doing this every Wednesday from 3 to 4 p.m. and at Pacific Standard Time. Now, this is interactive, so I want everybody to be a part of this. If there's something that you want to give to this, that you think, hey, this is going to be kind of important, go ahead and tag in. If you think I'm wrong or right, then that's what I want to hear about. We're actually going to be going over different types of things within the photovoltaic operations and maintenance sectors, whether it be residential, commercial, large-scale utility, equipment, supplies, you know, just a plethora of things. But we're going to be learning this together. And in this, we're going to go over, there are plenty of different things that we can find on the internet. There are different little articles, videos, PDFs, speeches, talks, and on and on and on. So we'll share all that together. In addition, this is what we're doing is it's not a school that we're doing. There's plenty of certification programs out there, which I will get into and recommend a certification program for you guys if that's something that you're interested in. But what this is to bridge the academic version, you know, the academic side with the real world on-site cleaning. And so that's what we're doing. We're taking it together as real solar panel cleaners, and we're talking. This is not a certification program whatsoever, but together we will go over prepared material and learn together. So that's going to be kind of cool. Let me just check out how we're going here. I don't expect a whole lot of people to join in this one. This one was kind of rushed. I just put up a post yesterday, and there might have been people waiting for something else. So I think that it'll join in, and it'll grow and get bigger and bigger, and there'll be more people watching. We'll have more and more fun. I do want to do a podcast, but when we get to the podcast, it needs to be something completely different. I have a lot of good ideas for that. Maybe I should be speaking closer like that. But for this one, I think that we should have, like I said, this interactive educational stream between each other and between all the cleaners, where we can kind of grow this together. And like I said, bridge that gap between the academic certification programs that are out there and that real world application. So that would be kind of fun. Let me take a drink here. I'm limited on timing. I'll have to do this between 3 to 4 p.m. That's one of the reasons why I kind of got out of doing the podcast, because I don't have a whole lot of time when you have kids and family, and things are kind of got a little crazy, and so I wouldn't be able to do that anymore. But I'm trying to find a day that we can actually put that together, and I have some ideas for something brand new with podcasts, and hopefully we'll be able to bring something to the solar panel cleaning industry that hasn't been done before. That's the plan right there. Now, for today, objective. Today, we're going to learn about the characteristics of the various solar panel coatings and the materials used in their construction. This includes understanding efficiency ratings, output differences, lifespan, and we will be briefly discussing categorization of solar panels into tier based on manufacturer quality. Now, this lesson, let me get back over here. This lesson is it'll provide a comprehensive understanding of the different types of solar panels, their efficiency, lifespan, and how their unique properties influence the cleaning process. Familiarity with these aspects allows professional cleaners to optimize their service for better performance and durability of the installations they manage. So, let me reiterate, we're going to go over these different things. We're going to take apart these different types of educational courses, topics, and we're going to discuss them together, and we're going to kind of break them down and hopefully learn from each other. Let's get to the next one. Oh, I already got that. You know what? Yeah, side note, let's talk about maximum output versus actual output, which I just want to add in here because this is something important. And I've talked about this before in previous videos, but let's just get to this real quick because let's see here. It's good to understand that for where we're going. You think about this as a roadmap. Maximum output, as it reads here, also known as nominal or rated power, refers to the highest amount of power that a solar panel or any electrical device can produce under ideal conditions. This is like, when they're first installed. Let's see, this figure is determined during the manufacturing process, where the conditions are controlled to be optimal, like perfect sunlight, ideal temperature, no obstructions for solar panels. It's the output that you see listed on specifications or on the product sheets. So basically, the solar panel, before it's even, I was about to say before it's installed, but the day it's installed, that very first moment, which from the very first moment the solar panel is installed, there's a degradation, and you start to see that output. So I want to push forward with this, the actual output. So there is talk about efficiency at the field, whether it be the residential, commercial, or the large scale utility, and how do you know how you're saving a customer or client money by reducing or increasing, such as, depending on who you're talking to, the energy efficiency or the solar panel output or the system output. There's a degradation or a decline in the system, obviously, that happens. So let's get this out of the way. The actual output. Do I have this up here? On the other hand, this is the real world energy production of the device, which is often lower than the maximum output due to a variety of environmental and operational factors. Solar panels, this includes variations in sunlight availability due to weather or time of day. Temperature, solar panels can be less efficient if too hot or too cold. That's that's one thing right there that I hear people talk about, or at least cleaners ask. Um, when should I clean solar panels? Is it best to clean it in the morning time in a cooler type of day, cooler temperature type of day? What happens when it's too hot? Well, there's a couple different things. First off, solar panels can get extremely hot. And for anybody that's using a thermal imaging camera out there, you know that during the middle of the summer day that those solar panels, just a panel alone could be reaching up to like 150, 115, 100, something like that. Yeah, 115, 120. I don't think I've seen anything. I think the most I've seen is 118, but I don't know. I can't remember right now. The suckers get hot, man. They get really, really hot. And the thing about it is, if solar panels are too hot or too cold, they lose the efficiency. So acting towards this actual output, um, that's the reality of what you're seeing out there. So the maximum output between that and the actual output, this is important not only for us to understand and before we go any further, but also for the customer to understand. We're setting our expectations of solar panel cleaning and what we're doing. Excuse me. Right. Types of solar panels and their characteristics. Now, before we go any further, there was a post that I had put up in the Solar Panel Cleaning Friends group, and there was a man who, I can't think of his name right now, but was questioning me on different things about solar panels and getting down to the specifics or details about solar panels. There are quite a few different types of solar panels out there. Not too many, actually. There's a lot of different brands. You'll see different installs, these types of things, but it's pretty basic when we come to, let's say this first. The understanding the different types of solar panels is crucial, as each type has specific characteristics that affect their efficiency and maintenance needs. Now that's an interesting one right there, their maintenance needs. And the reason why is because is there a change in the way that you clean a solar panel depending on the type of solar panel that it is? Monocrystalline, and this is, again, we're tackling on some basics here real quick, but let me see if I could switch this over real quick. Hold on. Okay, there. Okay. So we look these up at the exact same time. So you've seen these before. These are these darker ones. Oh, here's a perfect one. This will help out right here. We'll leave this up. So the monocrystalline solar panels, all right, get back up over here. Known for their high efficiency and sleek black aesthetic, these panels are made from a single pure silicone crystal. So if you've ever wondered how the solar cells are made, basically with these ones, it's like like candle dipping. They have like a bucket or a base of like this monocrystalline, and it's all the silicone kind of grinded together to make like a candle. And they dip this in there and they bring it up. You got this round piece of crystalline, monocrystalline. They shave it down the sides, and they got like a loaf of bread, and then they slice the silicone from that. Whereas the polycrystalline is different. Now they typically have the highest efficiency rates, ranging from 15% to 20%, and a lifespan of 25 to 35 years. They are ideal for areas with limited space but require careful handling to avoid damaging or delicate surfaces. So, if you think about some of these houses, how you're going to see this, and I'll get to why this is important, where we're going. But if you think of a house and you have one that has a small roof, or let's say it has a low amount of square footage to it, then you'd possibly see these monocrystalline solar panels because you'd want to take as much energy as possible. There's a lot of different factors that goes into this, so we're not going to get too crazy with that. But moving forward, let's polycrystalline. So these ones look like fish scales. Let's see if I could just put this into a tab. That's not what I wanted to do. Open image into a new tab. There we go. Okay. Now, yeah, you've seen these. They're, they look like they're fish scale. That's the way I look at it. And that right there is just a bunch of crystalline. It's just like the silicone, kind of like melted together like rocks, and they kind of just form it together and then slice it, make their little wafers to drink here. Why is this important? Does it change the way that you're cleaning, whether you're doing residential, commercial, or large scale utility? Not too much in that sense, because you're still cleaning. You're thinking of the glass and the anti-reflective coating. So there are these thin film solar panels. Now they're on here, but the thing about it is it's rare that I come across these whatsoever. Let's take a look at these real quick. Hold on. Okay, so I don't come across these. The only time I've seen these is when like this. I've never seen this ever in my life. I've never seen a solar panel. That, in fact, that looks like that was made by AI. Now, these ones right here I have seen. These ones that I've come across on that have no frame around them and they're just like glass. I have seen those ones. Now, like, nobody's cleaning those. Nobody's cleaning those. That's one in you're rarely gonna see that. You're gonna see these ones right here at like the campground, and you're the guy next to you who's got the Tesla and the motorhome and all the cool stuff all set up. He's gonna have those, and that's gonna be super cool. So that's not really a thing to even be concerned about whatsoever. So we're just gonna move on from that. Is there a difference between cleaning these types of cells? No, of course not. Of course not. You know what the difference is when we talk about the actual uh, glass or the anti-reflective coating, and how possibly the brush that we use might be too rough for it. So there isn't a huge change in between those. You're still cleaning the same thing. Excuse me. See what we're at over here. All right. Before we get into the coatings, go back one. So as I said, there's a lot of different, and let me check the time to 324. We're doing good. There's a lot of different types of installations that you're going to come across. If we talk about from a residential standpoint, what have I seen just on that basis? And before I go any further, I want to say that we're going to talk real quickly about residential, some commercial, and then large scale utility. My experience in residential is quite huge. My experience in commercial is about 4 years, 4 or 5 years in cleaning carports and schools and some government projects. And then as far as a large scale utility, I have one that I worked on at one point in time, many, many, many years ago. But we will touch on that, because even at that, it's the basis of it. So from a residential standpoint, you have really, really basic tools. And you have your either a manual brush or you have a rotary brush. You're definitely not using a robot. The types of tools or supplies that you might be using in addition to clean solar panels is where you might have an issue with these types of these solar panels. But it's not these solar cells or these types of solar cells. Again, it's that top coating on there. And what are we talking about? The anti-reflective coating. So is there something that someone can put? Can you put something on these solar panels? In addition to that, what is there? There's the coatings that we've heard about. There's different types of coatings, the ceramic coatings, the shoot, let me go back over here. There's composite, there's hydrophobic coatings, self-cleaning coatings. There's quite a few different ones. The anti-reflective coatings are applied to the glass of solar panels to reduce reflection and increase the amount of light that is absorbed into the cells. By minimizing the reflection, these coatings can enhance the overall efficiency of the solar panel by up to 5%. So, when we're talking about a solar panel, one of these polycrystalline or monocrystalline that have different types of percentage. And again, I think, did we go over, because we mentioned that the monocrystalline has between a 15 to 20%. And the polycrystalline is the difference between those silicone crystals that have that blue speckled look. They have a slightly lower efficiency, usually between 13 and 16%, and are less expensive than the monocrystalline panels. That's a plus right there. And the lifespan is comparable, but they can be more robust, which may influence the choice of cleaning equipment, which, there's some of these things that I've found. And again, I want to emphasize this. There's a lot of stuff that is online. I have, let's see here. I have a certification with with Solar Tech. I have a certification with the International School Solar. How does ISCA pronounce? International Solar Cleaning Association. I have a certification there, and I also have a 30-hour OSHA certification as well. So that I have those, and I have a little bit of training behind me besides the experience and everything. So I don't just say this stuff just to be, looking up online. But however, though, whether you're new to the industry or a vet in this industry, there are times when we find things that are questionable out in the field. So that's when you start turning in towards possibly other cleaners, or maybe Google searching around. So I want to go over a few different ways of how to find these different things. So real quickly, let's do something here. So I'm going to show you something of what I do. What is our time right now? 3:28. Okay. Let me hide this and pop this up. Hold up here. Okay, so let's talk about this too, because when we're talking about education, because there's a lot, like I said, a lot of certification programs that you can be a part of, that you can learn from, but there's also a lot of information online. I no longer trust Google, and I feel like there's a lot of people that do not understand the power that goes behind what this search engine is. I mean, it's viewed as a, hey, give me a recipe, which is totally inaccurate. This has you got to think of it as like a task manager, like an assistant. And this is how you go ahead and take advantage of the power that AI has, or that ChatGPT does. So with this one right here, what I want to do, go back over here. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to say, because I just to give a little background on this and what you can do in yourself, and then just to show what's out there, because again, we all have our own different types of things and stuff that we know. And like I said, there's plenty of training. Let me go back over here, how we look at comments and stuff. Okay, good. Sorry, this. All right, check this out. Solar panel coatings. Like list of, let's say, I don't know, let's just say, now I was gonna give it a limitation, tell it exactly how many I want in the list, but let's just go ahead with that for now. So the great thing about this is we're about to learn from this right now here together, and this is the great thing about this is this mastermind class. Let's check on time, 3:30. We're halfway through this mastermind class. We're going to be learning together, and as it weekly that we do go on here, which it will be at Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is a unique, interactive, like I said, educational stream. So you can comment in, you can do things, say things, and let me just check. I haven't seen any comments, but now that I think about it, is there? Isn't? I'm not hurt. Is there any on here on this right here? There's not, which is fine. Again, like I said, I'm not too terribly hurt, but eventually here we'll have this done the correct way. So there'll be some good comments on here. I would like to tell you that solar panel cleaning safety courses. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Let's hide this because first off, that got added the wrong way. There we go. We know what we're doing. Definitely. Solar panel cleaning courses, NABCEP accredited courses. That is correct. You can visit https://school.soiler.tech for more information. Soiler Tech. This is if you haven't heard about this certification program, which I'm sure a lot of you have. I don't know why anybody wouldn't have. Let's pop it up right now. Whoops. It's ugly me. We don't want to see ugly me. Let's put that back up there. There we go. All right. And bam. Solar panel cleaning safety courses. They have a couple other different courses too, but if you basically go to Solar Tech, school.soilertech, that's where you go. But earn NABCEP credits and become a certified solar panel cleaning company and initiate your first steps in safety. We offer multiple, or they offer multiple courses. You're welcome to check this out. I get asked about what kind of courses should I be taking? What type of certification programs should I be taking? Now, I'm sure plenty of you know about this one right here, Solar Tech from Carla Dawson. This is a good one right here. Like I said, I do hold the certification as well as the ISCA one. Actually, what I suggest is to have multiple trainings. So if you don't have any kind of certifications or curious about what kind of accreditations you can get, um, go with both of them. Definitely. I learned plenty from multiple people in this industry. But if you're going to have these different types of things, I would say for your company and so that you can stand out above your competitors, get both of them. Definitely stands out. Like I said, I have both of them, and I have the 30-hour OSHA as well. So that's important to me. All right, let's take a quick little break here. We're doing this for 34 minutes. Like I said, this is the first episode of the Solar Panel Cleaning Friends Masterclass, Mastermind class. Interactive, unique interactive educational stream where instead of just having A, B, C, and D, 1, 2, and 3 type of course, this is not what this is. It's not a certification program. Instead, this is a weekly program where we will communicate together. We will have other cleaners on here. We will discuss different topics, different aspects of solar panel cleaning, whether it be residential, commercial, large-scale utility, manual brushes, rotary brushes, robots, on and on and on, which, by the way, there's a lot of different brushes that I'm starting to learn about now that we are starting to have the let's pull this up here. Let's take a look at this real quick. This is a good time to go take a look at this. Let's pull up. Let's go. Da, 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 da. No, 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 no. Whoops, that's not it. Share. There's the store. SPCFonline.com, where you can get your professional equipment, solar panel cleaning equipment, and supplies. There's a lot of cool stuff about this. And just real quickly, I could just go over here. I'm not going to go through the full website, but something that I thought was really, really cool is down here. If you go to any one of these products or pages and go down here and find some products that you like these poles, you want to compare them. Let's do that. Let's see. And there was a compare. Oh, I'm sorry. It's right here. I just forgot where it was. Now, this is kind of cool right here. It's got these three poles, and I want to compare them so I can get a look at them. Look how cool this is. It gets so in deep. So that's really kind of a cool thing that I thought was really, really nice. So if you're looking to get your solar panel cleaning equipment, that's where I would go, is SPCFonline.com. There you go. All right, now we'll get back here. We'll finish up here. And this time, now to end this course up here for this first video for the Solar Panel Cleaning Friends Mastermind class. Again, every Wednesday at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and that is Pacific Standard Time. We're going to finish up. We're going to be talking about some coatings here. Now we've explored the basics of the type of solar panels out there, the monocrystalline and the polycrystalline. Talked about some efficiency ratings. We talked about some maximum output versus some actual output. And why does this matter? Well, this is all knowledge that we're just kind of building all together. You think of these as like, think of these as like building blocks, Legos, and these are all performing together. So we're taking all these things, and like I said, we're bridging from the academic side to the real world application side of solar panel cleaning, residential, commercial, and large scale utility. So with that, solar panel coatings are engineered to improve the efficiency and durability of solar panels. These coatings serve several functions, including enhancing light absorption, minimizing maintenance, and protecting against environmental damage. On this next slide, we look into the types of coating commonly used on solar panels, providing examples and explaining their impact on both the performance and the cleaning process. Let's get to that next one here. Anti-reflective coatings. Now, the anti-reflective coating, as we know, is applied to the glass of the solar panels to reduce the reflection and increase the amount of light that is absorbed into the actual solar cells, be it monocrystalline or polycrystalline, or the thin film ones, or whatever, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Regardless, okay, you know what? Hold on, take a drink. I'm getting too excited. Tongue is getting a little bit too big for my mouth. These coatings can enhance the overall efficiency of the solar panels by 5%, which I think I actually read before we went to break. So, yeah, that's what we're talking about here. You know, I remember I mentioned the polycrystalline. The polycrystalline, and we went back to the monocrystalline output and how those are low. You know, those are 18 to 20 or 15 to 17. So then add another 5% is that anti-reflective coating. So this is important because when we think of the dust, dirt, and debris, bee pollen, bird poop, shading, anything else that might hinder the energy efficiency or take it from that maximum output, or excuse me, the actual output, and bring it down to something really, really low, to a fact that it's actually causing a problem for the solar panel. That is where these things come into importance. But it's important to understand that when we're cleaning solar panels, that we're not just cleaning solar panels just so light can get through. We're cleaning them so that it affects these properties of the solar panels the correct way. And in that, the customer, like I said, it's all building blocks. They're going to get a better improvement in their efficiency. So when we talk about that solar panel cleaning can improve the efficiency of a system by 15%, 25%, 35%. People throw out numbers all the time. You know, it's almost irrelevant. It is and it isn't. For example, here in California, the actual loss that a system in residential, and not sure about a commercial, I think it would be somewhere similar, but because it's on a larger scale, it'd be different. But the actual loss, power loss that one can expect on an average, it's like 2%, 3%, right? Now that's just on average. Now you got to consider some other different factors. One thing that I say a lot is location dictates everything. I've been saying that for years, and that is the difference right there. You know, you can have a car and you can park it in your driveway. I've said this before, and leave it there for 5 years, and it's not going to be the same. It's not going to perform the same. It's not going to look the same. It's not going to be able to see through the windshield the same. Well, you can leave it there in your driveway, or you can leave it at your friend's driveway who lives 2 states over. It's not going to be the same thing. The degradation on that car, whether it sits in your driveway for 5 years untouched, or in the driveway of your best friend 3 states over in their driveway for 5 years. Location dictates everything. So let's move along here with some knowledge. Typically, composition of these the anti-reflective coating is made from silicone nitrate or titanium dioxide. These coatings are designed to decrease the optical losses by matching the refractive index of the glass with the air. That's pretty cool if you think about this. There's something that I do say. It's not just the science behind solar panel cleaning. It's science behind what you're cleaning as well. 341 down. We only got 19 minutes left, but I think we're getting along pretty well. We might not be able to go over all these different coatings, but that's totally fine because we will continue up next week, like I said, Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Brought to you by Solar Panel Clean Friends Facebook group and also SPCFonline, your .com, your source for professional solar panel cleaning equipment and supplies. I got to get used to saying that. That's kind of new for me. Any hoot and hollering. Let's see where we're on with this and see. Okay, a common example of the AR coating technology is seen in the products offered by major solar manufacturers like SunPower or LG, where they use proprietary anti-reflective technology to boost panel efficiency. So that's the other thing, is the anti-reflective coating, is it all the same? No one really ever talks about it. Never heard anybody ever ask that question whatsoever. The anti-reflective coating, what is it? Is it the same? Well, I mean, come on, all solar panels don't come from the same place. Obviously, it's not. So there's different considerations that we need to take into account as well. How good is that anti-reflective coating? Because again, we've learned different things. Like, for example, there are different brushes out there that we have found out, rotating bristle brushes, different things like that that were too stiff and that are causing a problem towards the anti-reflective coating. And that hinders the performance of the solar panel, which again, the anti-reflective coating is only 5%. And we've got a limitation here, and we've got something already taking place. Now, if we're talking about monocrystalline and polycrystalline, you see where I'm getting at now? See, now it's starting, the blocks are starting to come together. So as we're out there cleaning, we need to know exactly what we're looking at. Go ahead and determine that. I did see a video at one point, and it's been hard to find it. If anybody finds it, please send it to me, put it in the comments, or send it to solarpanelcleaningfriends@gmail.com. But I saw a video where, and I actually got to tell you, I don't know about the legitimacy of this, but he took his cell phone, and let me get that up here so I'm seeing myself. He took the light, and he went like this and faced it down on the solar panel. And as he looked down at the solar panel, if it was white, I believe he said that was the polycrystalline, and if it was white, it didn't have an anti-reflective coating, but if it was blue, it had an anti-reflective coating. So don't quote me on that one. That one, don't quote me on. I want someone to find that. Actually, I'm curious about the legitimacy of that. That's something that I've never really looked into. I've heard about that, and from time to time I've said, I heard this or watched this weird video where this guy had this weird trick with his phone in order to find out if a solar panel has an anti-reflection. But again, not all panels have anti-reflective coatings, and not only that anti-reflective coating, they're not all the same. It's just like the monocrystalline, polycrystalline, to the variations, excuse me, of the manufacturers, the installation to where the silicone was dug up from, or all the construction. So a lot of different processes here. There's a lot of different things. When we talk about the process of solar panels, there's a lot of different pieces of the puzzle that go together. This, let me see. Did I leave this in here? Because I thought this was kind of retarded. I mean, it's essential to avoid abrasive materials like stiff brushes or scour pads. We kind of already know this. It's really obvious. One thing I will say is, in the beginning, and when I think about this in the anti-reflective coating, what I want to talk about is the removal of paint, lichen, There was somebody who posted in the Solar Panel Friends Facebook group not too long ago about how they had a scraper, or basically scraping tar off of solar panels. I've had customers that have had a um, just an ridiculous, unfathomable amount of tree sap from overhanging trees over their solar panels, and we've had to clean those. I think about this, many years ago when I first used a scraper, like one of the first times, it was it was from the painting section of Home Depot, and it was a paint straightener, and it had a metal edge to it. That possibly could have had some effect on solar panels. Now, I can't say if it did or did not, because there's also the use of how you use it. Now, back in the day, one thing that I was very adamant about was using water with soap on it to create a lubricant on it, as to prevent that, because that was still a thought even at that time. But as technology has gone, and education has been put out there without the public, there's been more thought to this. So people that used scrapers, and then even at that, I used, because it changed after a while. And the reason why it changed is because they no longer had those metal straight edge, paint straighteners. They had plastic ones, and I was so thrilled with this ones. And now they don't even have them. I can't even find them. But it was a plastic one. It was beautiful, and I would zip tie it to my brush, and I would use that. I'd put it either on the front or the back, depending on how I tilted or angled the brush, and I would use that to remove any kind of hard elements. And it could it have an effect on any one of these properties of the solar panels that we've been talking about through this stream? Well, the truth is, a lot of these different products and tools could have a lot of effect. When we speak of the different brushes, whether we're speaking about manual rotary brushes, robots, whether we're talking about the cleaning different agents that are out there, no matter who they're from or whether they're approved by a manufacturer, in the long run, we're talking about these coatings. We're talking about these solar panels themselves, and how they take effect of the solar panel cleaning over an overall period. Getting here to the end, what I want to do, because I've got only 12 minutes left here. There are quite a few different things here. I want to skip ahead and let me see if I can just do that. All right, we're gonna get there, but I want to share with you a piece of me, piece of everything. Okay, that's not it. Let's put it together. It did. So we came over here to Chat GTP, and we asked it, because if you have Chat GPT and you have the $20 a month version, the membership of it, then you can use it to search the internet, which can be very, very helpful when you're doing things. I no longer go just to Google to search anything. I don't know why anybody would do that. Quickly, I'll tell you, my oldest daughter and my wife are my wife's back in college right now, in college, and so is my oldest daughter. And oldest daughter lives in a different state, but regardless, the two of them have different math classes and things that to do. And she's in there for real estate or doing something like that, and my wife is trying to be an accountant. But here's the thing: is they say to me, Chris, I got this. It's part of homework, or this thing right here that I can't understand. It's da 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 da. And I say, you could easily put that into Chat GPT and have them search the internet, or at least try to find what other people have out there to kind of get an idea, or have it teach you. You got to think of this thing as like an assistant. So there are quite a few different coatings here, and even if you have the paid version or not, the paid version would be obviously the ideal one, because it searches the internet and its knowledge is very limited. But the point of what I'm showing you is not to go over this, but it's to give you an idea of exactly what you can be doing. Let's change this up here. In your own time, you guys go online and do a search for this and find out all the different coatings, and start to go into detail of them. I think what I will do in addition to these is I will have blog articles that I'm going to write, tagging along with these Wednesday master classes. So you can expect a blog that I'm probably going to put out next day or two or something like that, where I'll discuss a little bit more into details, probably give some links, and have some opportunity to have some actual Word content that has more in-depth detail about these different coatings that you can get. Now, these are applied by in different ways. Different applications are used in order to apply these coatings, but this is something that you can do for your customers. So in addition to the monocrystalline, polycrystalline, the actual ratings of the efficiency rating or the lifespan of the solar panel, then you have the anti-reflective coating. You have your solar panel cleaning, which is really, really cool, and it's giving everything it does and giving it life to the solar panel. But then in addition to that, you have the option to give these coatings to these solar panels. And in a lot of different situations, it has the power to increase its lifespan, increase the efficiency, increase, and it even has the power to even keep it cleaner longer by repelling different types of elements, soft and hard elements like dust, dirt, debris, bird poop, and all this kind of stuff. Now, I want to see here before we finish up with this. I don't think, I think I, yeah, I didn't find out exactly how much either one of these could increase the efficiency specifically, because I think that's something you can't kind of uh, I don't know how you would exactly equate that, because we're talking about actual output, the maximum output versus actual output. So a lot of factors go into play. Location dictates everything. Type of solar panels, the cleaning, what's being used, the equipment, the person, the day. We've got a lot of factors. When we talk about, can you explain the solar panel cleaning process? That is an in-depth question. It is there's so many different ways, so many different avenues that we could take if we want to talk about the um, the process, the different processes of solar panel cleaning, which we will get into within this stream in the mastermind class. I think that next week, let me see if I can take a look at what we're going to be talking about next week, because we've got some good possibilities here. Now we have some options. Next week we could be talking about mechanized, wow, mechanized. Anyways, cleaning systems such as the introduction to robot cleaners and automated systems, benefits, limitations, and operational protocols, which I kind of like that. We talk about certain rotary brushes within the group and within the different communities, and talk about different robots, specific ones. But there are a plethora of different um, automated systems out there that are pretty impressive and pretty wild. So I think that maybe we'll do that, and we'll get online and do a search for the different ones out there. Check out different stores. We'll check out the SPCFonline.com store. We'll also check out Amazon. Let's next week let's check out. I think there's like Alibaba. What is that one website that has all? Well, Temu. We'll definitely check out Temu. We'll go on and we'll try to find out as many different solar panel cleaning robots and the differences between them. And maybe we'll even have our assistant ChatGPT break it down, the differences between them, and compare them for us to save us a little time and effort. So in real time, we could see exactly what the differences are, whether we like them or not. I implore everybody to ask any kind of questions. I think that I'll have to set this up a different way. It was a lot easier when it went straight to the Solar Panel Cleaning Friends Facebook group. But like I said, unfortunately, the streaming service that I use does that. So maybe I'll have to look into a different one. As you can see, it's right there, StreamYard. I've got the free one right now. And no, that's not the reason why it doesn't go to groups. It's to just stop doing that, which was one of the main reasons why I used StreamYard in the first place for the first and the second podcast that we did, and basically every stream that we've done. I'm pretty, not really. I don't really like to look at me all that much, but hold on here a second. So what we will do is next week we will get into, like I said here, we'll talk about those solar panel cleaning robots and a little, go online and try to find how many different type of options we have and what are they run by? How are they run by? Battery, by motor pack? What do you need? What does all that take? Which, by the way, let me show you something. This was just kind of a funny, different thing that I'd like to share with you guys. Let me see if I can get back here. If I can find it. Oh, I hope. I might not be able to find it. Hold on here. I actually put in ChatGTP. I asked it to show me the setup of solar panel cleaning, and it was absolutely amazing. Let me see if I can go back to it. Oh, that might be it. No, that's not. That was a painting that I wanted to do. Oh man. Oh man. I don't know. I have to look for it. I don't know. I have to share that in a group. But that one was really, really interesting and funny. It was a pretty good diagram. All right, guys. If you haven't already out in there, 51 minutes. If you haven't already in the YouTube land, go ahead and go over to the Facebook group Solar Panel Clean Friends and join. It is an awesome group. That's where we have a lot of fun. No, there's a lot of questions that take place there and a lot of learning that takes place right within this group. The exchanging of solar panel cleaners together is really the whole point of this. When I first originally was cleaning solar panels, or at least was getting online, trying to find information, trying to find equipment, I couldn't find nothing. The first equipment that we got together was for the first job was 7,800 carport solar panels at a high school. We took $500 to Home Depot and we got equipment from there because we didn't know any better. We didn't know any better back then because there was nobody else online that were teaching some stuff. There was no Chris Vergins, no Kim Verduke. Is that how you say his last name? Is that how you pronounce it? Kim? I hope I got that correct. There were no Steve Williams, no Carla Dawsons, none of that. So now we have all these amazing groups, which, by the way, if you aren't in the different solar panel cleaning groups, go join them. Go join the solar panel cleaning friends. Let's take a look real quick. That's what the options are. Ooh, groups. Oh wow. Solar Texas of Oklahoma. That looks pretty cool. Now, not all of this is solar panel cleaning, but solar cleaning clients. Now, that's an interesting one. I actually think I want to join that one. SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning Company. That's the guy who is. I can't think of his name right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's slipping my name, slipping my mind. Why is it so? The only thing I can think of it is Mark Solons, who's uh, a smart individual himself and doing some really cool stuff within the solar panel cleaning industry. That's anyways, that is their company and their group. What are we on here? Okay, 4 o'clock. So listen, these are all the different groups. Go on here. This is a cool one right here. Solar panel cleaning mates of Australia. These guys are cool. Go on to all these ones. Solar panel cleaning equipment professionals. Go join all of them and get onto all these different types of groups and start meeting each other. The more that we start connecting with each other, the better. I will be back next Wednesday at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I may have somebody with me as well to join me. We will be pulling different type of experts within the community, cleaners. Help us go ahead and, like I said, expand our knowledge. This, again, the whole idea of what we're doing here, this project, we're going to call this a project for us solar panel cleaners as we grow. I'm growing this back in the community. I need to get back out there and stream. But what we're doing, again, is we're taking the bridge from the actual education, the academic side of solar panel cleaning, the certifications, programs, trainings, all of that, and real world actual job site working applications. And we're bridging them together, bringing all of it together. And by having these discussions, and exploring in depth about the different parts of solar panels, solar panel cleaning, the different processes of solar panels. And like I said, not only just the science behind solar panel cleaning, but the science behind cleaning together, we're going to grow something even better. And what is that? Well, we're going to grow into being solar panel cleaning experts. If you haven't gone to the page, Solar Panel Cleaning Expert on Facebook as well. There's also the youtube.com/solar panel cleaning friends. Go check out the website, SPCFonline.com, for all your professional solar panel cleaning equipment and supplies. Guys, thank you so much for joining along. I will see you next Wednesday where we will do it again. And don't forget, as soon as I can find a time or perfect slot where we can actually do the podcast, we're going to be doing that. And I have an idea. I have quite a few ideas for the podcast, but I believe that this one right here, the podcast that we're going to do this time will be, again, this will be the third time. We've been doing this for years now, and we started out when I first started out with Luis Moniz, and we did Outside of the Cleaner's Box. That was like the first podcast that was talking about solar panel cleaning or anything relative to it. And then when we did one for the Solar Panel Cleaning Friends group, where we had Mike, the guy that works with me, we had David Colby, we had Luis Alfaro, Jesus Megianos, Steve Williams was on it, Carla Dawson, the guys from Roman and Stefan from Solar Cleano came visit us. We interviewed, Tommy Mello, David Cross, Sean Gavin. We had TJ Gilbert from the Squeegee Life podcast. We've interviewed a lot of different people, and we've given a lot to this industry. There's a lot more to come. It is beautiful stuff that we have. I can't wait to see you guys next week where we can do it all again, and we'll have a lot of fun. That is all I have. Now, on top of that, the one thing I will leave for you guys is if you have any kind of questions, comments, concerns, anything that you'd like to discuss, send me a message either on Facebook or send me an email at solarpanelcleaningfriends@gmail.com. Go to the group, comment on a post, and let's have some fun. All right, guys, I will see you next week.